Nick, from a USMNT perspective, obviously not many players that we can look forward to seeing in the latter stages this season. I mean, Christian Pulisic is in with Chelsea. See, Gio Reyna will be in with Dortmund. Looking around, I think Sergino Dest was loan move to Milan. They could make the last 16. Maybe between them and Salzburg, obviously, to get out of that group. But yeah, it won't be much from a US perspective to actually get excited about in the latter stage of the Champions League. Does that just tell you, generally it's been a down year for some of the USA's bigger players in Europe, or is that just their club situations and not really on the US players? Because Weston McKennie's popped up a couple of big goals for Juve recently, but his season hasn't really got going. And yeah, it's just, I think we've been a bit spoiled in recent seasons, right? Seeing US players doing so well in the Champions League and being involved with these big teams in the latter stages. So we're not going to get that this season.
Probably not. And just because of the status of the teams that these players are on, I will wonder inside of a month, not to kickstart the 400th time we've discussed the status of Christian Pulisic at Chelsea. But every time I've watched him play over the last month, when Graham Potter has used him and used him out of position, I've been very impressed. He's bringing the right mentality in. He's bought into trying to win a job. But what happens when he doesn't win that job? Which is funny because, again, you know me and my Graham Potter love. When you think of a Brighton player, if Christian Pulisic had never been at Dortmund and was at Brighton, don't you think he's interchangeable with the guys that were thriving for Potter over there? So yeah. I still think he's got a really good chance to earn a spot there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of doing it at a club like Chelsea, though, in the competitions that they're in, and with the you can do that at Brighton if you're Christian Pulisic, or if you're and not to compare, but if you're Leandro Trossard, because we've talked about him
good comparison
a lot lately. Sure, you can do that at Brighton, where the pressure, the eyes, all of those things are not quite the same and perform in a slightly different way, and the bad performances you never hear about. If you're Christian Pulisic or you're anybody that plays for Chelsea, the bad performance, it's all you hear about. And so it's just it is testing, I think, his mental toughness. And I think it's a great point, Nick. The fact that he has had a good run of performances with a new manager coming in says a lot, I think, about where he's at mentally right now ahead of the World Cup. I think that's great for the U.S. men's national team. And that managerial change, for the U.S. at least, might have come at the most perfect possible time.
And also Gio Reyna, most possible perfect time, has really come back into fitness, thank goodness, for the US. And he's looking really good for Dortmund, linking up well with Jude Bellingham and their other attackers. And that is a sigh of relief, I think, not only for the US, but for Dortmund as well. He really helps make their offense tick. So it'll be big to see him in the last 16 and the knockout rounds of the Champions League. He's still so young, right? So it'll be a great experience for him. So Pulisic and Reyna, we'll still have those guys to watch in the last 16 from a US perspective.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.